Munich, February 1943. Germany is deep in war. The Eastern Front is collapsing after Stalingrad. Fear hangs in the air. Criticism of the regime is a crime punishable by death. And yet, inside a university building, someone leaves behind stacks of forbidden leaflets. They are not soldiers. They are not politicians. They are students. Their group is called the White Rose. Within days, they will be arrested. Within hours of their trial, they will be executed. This is the story of courage, measured not in weapons, but in words. The White Rose began in 1942 at the University of Munich. At its core were siblings: Hans Scholl, Sophie Scholl, along with Alexander Schmorl, Willy Graf, Christoph Probst, Professor Kurt Huber. Many had once been members of the Hitler Youth, but the brutality they witnessed, especially on the Eastern Front, shattered their faith in the regime. They turned to philosophy, theology, and literature. They asked a forbidden question: how can a nation of thinkers follow a criminal government? Between June 1942 and February 1943, the White Rose produced 6 leaflets. They condemned the mass murder of Jews, the destruction of moral conscience, the blind obedience of the German people. They called for passive resistance, not violence. Conscience. The final leaflet declared, "We will not be silent. We are your bad conscience. The White Rose will not leave you in peace." Thousands were mailed secretly across Germany. Every sheet of paper was an act of treason. On February 18, 1943, Hans and Sophie carried a suitcase full of leaflets into the university. After placing stacks outside lecture halls, Sophie pushed the remaining copies from a balcony into the atrium below. A janitor saw them. He reported them to the Gestapo. They were arrested immediately. In interrogation, Hans tried to take full responsibility, but evidence tied the others to the group. The regime moved fast. On February 22, 1943, they were brought before the infamous People's Court. Presiding Judge Roland Freisler. The trial lasted only hours. The verdict was predetermined: Hans Scholl, Sophie Scholl, Christoph Probst, guilty of treason, sentenced death by guillotine. That same day, before execution, Sophie said, "Such a fine, sunny day, and I have to go. But what does my death matter? If through us, thousands awaken?" They were executed on February 22, 1943. Hans's final words: "Long live freedom." The Nazi regime believed fear would silence dissent. Instead, the final leaflet was smuggled to the Allies. It was reprinted and dropped over Germany by aircraft. The White Rose became a symbol. Today, schools, streets, and memorials across Germany bear their names. They did not overthrow the regime. They did not stop the war. But they proved something profound. Even in a dictatorship, freedom begins with a voice. When we think of resistance, we imagine armies. But sometimes, resistance is a leaflet. Sometimes, it is a question. And sometimes, it is a 21-year-old student who refuses to be silent. The White Rose lasted less than a year. Its message has lasted generations.